friends, thanks for tuning in. We're going to be chatting about a fun little new collection from ColourPop today. It's the Tangled collection. Rapunzel. Yes, as a mom of 3, I feel very qualified to chat about this collection. I've already done most of my makeup. What this collection leaves me with are some liquid highlighters to try, lip glosses, and a palette. Also, look, there's a little Pascal clip. You know, her little sidekick? Isn't that cute? So I'm gonna definitely take this clip out, put this clip in. Maybe he needs to live in my hair all day. Maybe I should just do a video on the comments I receive if I leave little Pascal up there. But what's on my face so far? I used my Refi Glow and Sculpt Primer, and then I decided on the Fenty foundation stick today. I love this one, the Eavesdrop Blur and Smooth Tint Stick. Shade 4. It's just great. It's got a little more moisture in it than the Milani one, but both of those are really good options. NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop Concealer. Hadn't used that guy in a while. Really good concealer, great for staying power. Shade in this is, you know, it's been a while if I can't remember the shade. Vanilla. Set with my Wet n Wild in the soft pink today. I'm gonna put her back where she goes. e.l.f. the little pressed powder here, Halo Glow powder filter in light neutral. I've got that all over. And then I just grabbed for a little palette to do my bronzer and my blush, both of those from the Dragon palette from Hourglass. And I did my brows as well. I guess we could do our highlighter at this point. We have a couple of different ones. So we've got this packaging here that has Flynn Rider and Rapunzel, and then we have Mother Gothel on this one. Mother knows best. This one's called I See the Light, and it's got that goldeny look, but it also looks maybe a little shifty too. Let's swatch it out. Yeah, I can tell that one might be shifting a little bit pink, so that's cool. And then this Mother Gothel one just looks icy. So Mother Gothel, of course, is the one who was trying to keep Rapunzel in the tower. This looks kind of white, but actually has a bit of a goldeny shift. Looks gold, shifts pink, looks white, shifts gold. All right, it's early in the morning, but I think I got that. I'm gonna just dab some on. I'm gonna grab my little Real Techniques brush here to dab that in. See if we see any like glitter particles in this. Of course, the moment I start applying something, we've got a cat scratching on a door, urgently needing access. Now, if I do look up really close, I can see some fine glitter flakes, not a ton. I might still feel like I could go on with this highlighter. Okay, I got a lot more off the doe foot there. This is I See the Light. Let's see what that does. I'm working kind of quick because I feel like these want to set fast. Blend! It's a race to blend. I like that tone. I like the little pink shift, actually. That speaks to me more. Like, both are brightening. Neither one gives me any concern of like dulling me down, but actually the one that looks more goldeny, the pink shift that happens on top of a blushed cheek, I think is quite pretty. However, I don't love how fast these set. You can get other cream highlighters that aren't gonna try to dry down so fast on you. Like, you can tell from the moment you start blending, this is trying to cling on. But I was able to blend it out. And I think overall it looks good, just work fast. There is a glitter gel that they put out in this collection, and cute little packaging there. They've got the floating lights. Ooh, see that? It looks pink, but the glitter kind of pops in a golden way. This is a body glitter gel. I might let the girls, you know, go nuts with that. Boxes are cute. Like, packaging on everything is really cute. We've got lip glosses. Those are coming. They did a little pocket hairbrush, which how fun is that with, you know, the concept of Rapunzel having super long hair. Let's just see. Ooh, I love Pascal. We've all seen these before, right? Functional, cute. And there's a little mirror. That's cute. The eyeshadow palette, this is another cute little packaging idea. They put her like in a window, so you see Rapunzel, and then she comes out like that. It's called the Best Day Ever eyeshadow palette. This is the best day ever. And this is what we have. It's a color scheme that is very appealing to me. We've got some strong shimmers in here from what I can see. Some really nice looking mattes as well. Look at this guy up here. Woo! Purple. And on the inside here you have Flynn taking her to see the floating lights. Very sweet moment in the movie. So I'm gonna pop on some eyeshadow primer. My extended testing of the Wet n Wild Mega Last eyeshadow primer, it's gone real well. I'm really enjoying this eyeshadow primer, actually. I know, is Mercury in retrograde? Are the planets going through some kind of cosmic shift? She's getting into a new eye primer, but it's working really well. It just neutralizes the lids a little more. Milani still works well, okay? This has a little more thickness. The Milani goes very, very thin. I have really good staying power with both. This one just ends up being a little cheaper. All right, let's do a look. I'm gonna first go into this shade right here. This is Eugene. That's Flynn Rider's actual name. When the girls were even younger, like, they would go through these phases where certain movies just had to be on repeat, you know? It wasn't like they were constantly watching a movie, but anytime there was a movie night, like, the same movie would be requested. Kind of like Uga. Right now, all he wants is Wreck-It Ralph. But for a time, life was all about Tangled. We have Rapunzel dresses. We have the Rapunzel doll, of course. Okay, I'm just taking that matte kind of khaki color and getting that all blended through my crease. Trying not to get too dark with it, but it's giving a nice natural shadow. And then I'm going to go over here to 18th Birthday. This little smooth shade. Kind of a peachy bone color. And I'm just going to blend that over the edge and up toward my brow. Really smoothing. Nice. I'd say this palette is for Rapunzel fans, but this palette is for people who could enjoy a good purple look too. Going here to Lost Princess. So this is our matte lavender, and I'm thinking I'd like to see that kind of blend in and just sort of see what the depth of that is. It's almost even, if not maybe a little lighter than the taupe, but I'm blending it like inner part of my crease mostly. Really excited about everything going on in this row. I'm not even sure where I want to begin. I think I might go here. This is the Smolder Rich Dark Brown. I just want to behold the richness that I expect. Yes, just right in the outer corner. I got a lot of things I want to see go down on the lid, so we're going to keep that right to the outer corner. It's not blended yet. It's just applied. As I think about the highlighters, they look pretty, but I'm not floored by them, you know? I understand why there is a highlighter in this collection. You know, we're talking about seeing the lights and all that stuff. Makes sense. I just don't really like that formula that much. I'm taking my Profusion small pointed brush and I'm blending that brown a little bit. Then I want to go to Mother Knows Best. Listen to your mumsy. And we're gonna take that also on this little brush and just see that pretty plumminess. Although, you know, it's a real purpley plum. See that kind of fade out from the crease in this look? The thing with ColourPop is, like, you might look at it, various collections they put out and be like, oh, that's just a whimsical little Disney collection, but they will do a serious palette. They will. This is a serious color palette. These aren't just little for fun shadows. They're shadows that show. I'm just really lightly using that shade. I don't know if you could tell what I did there, but it gave me a little more depth and richness there in the outer corner. Might take even a little more. Just be bold and use the full crease brush. Fade it up over even more area. I bet whoever is in charge of, like, creating the palette, coming up with the names, just has a blast. Then I want to see some of this purple because this is so bold. I'm going to use my Morphe flat brush. This shade is called All Those Days. And we're going to pat that. Now we're getting some purple satisfaction and it's got that little gleam, but it's not at all chunky or anything. We've got a few shades I'm kind of wondering about the chunk level on, but this one's smooth. Patting, I'm just confining this to the middle of my lid. It almost has like a little bluish gleam to it, but I'm not seeing a ton of that on my lids. It's just looking really pure. Like, it just looks like the color of a satiny Rapunzel princess dress. Exactly. Okay, now I do have some fallout. I can see that. I'm going to try to nip that in the bud. Okay, she's going straight away, but watch out for that. Dark shimmers will be the culprit for fallout usually. Okay, that is a really pretty shade. Now I'm looking at some of these other options here. These other shimmers. Wow, that one's really smooth actually, that gold. A little grit in that. Oh wow. Yeah, they're pretty. They're actually smoother than you might think. Shifting, like this shade right here. Almost looking lilac, looking peach. This one staying a bit more true to an actual soft lilac. This one almost looking peach, shifting golden, shifting even a tinge greenish. I'm so in the light here, it's hard for that shift to show off. But when I mean shift, I mean like as you move around, you can see that color actually kind of shift to a new shade. And up here in the corner, let's not forget about that pearly, soft. I might like to see a little bit of that just come up under the brow because I thought that was going to be more like deeply shimmery metallic than it is, but that's like a soft gold, this shade right up here. Pretty brow bone. I'm going to use this one here, Stolen Crown. It just looks so pretty. And we're going to put that on the inner part of the lid, and oh, it just lights up. Really shimmery, but as you can see, can be applied with a brush and show. Can you see that? It's like glimmery, peachy gold, pink, everything coming together. It's like the kitchen sink of light shimmers. Oh, and there is a really nice, I kind of have ignored it completely, but a strong yellow is in here. Yeah, it's got some embedded shimmer, but it's definitely like matte intensity. So that could take a look in a completely different direction. But as you can see, I'm putting this on my inner third of my lid, and I'm kind of letting that glimmer overlap the purple that's been applied. And it might just be easy to control this and press it on because I can see little flakes just flying around, and I don't want too much of that. So I feel like I maybe have a bit more control with this shade with my finger, although it can be applied with a brush. You see what's going on there? It's so shifty. Can you hone in on what you're even seeing? It's golden, it's peach, but it's a little pink too. What I would like to see from this look is maybe even a little more of this rich matte purple showing itself out here. Bringing it up and out, just shaping it more, framing the look more. But you could actually do a look with this, leaving out the major purples, and it could be more of a neutral golden glimmer, you know what I mean? If you left out that and that, you've really got a lot of other things in here to play with that would keep it soft and neutral. I'm going to take some of this shade also and go under the eye, smudgy style. Boop. I'm going to use some liner and mascara, and then I'll be back with the finished eye. All right, guys, here's my eye look. I went on and did a little bit of black winged liner. I just sometimes feel like when there's a lot of sparkle involved, a little border, a little structure can be good. So I did that, and then I did my Essence Lash Princess on the upper lashes and the e.l.f. Lash Extender Tubing Mascara on the lower lashes. And I also kind of connected under the wing with some brown just to make that look a little more cohesive. But then we've got several of these ultra glossy lips. The shades are Rapunzel, looks a little bit purpley, Flynn Rider, looking maybe coppery, and then Pascal. Green. Where's Maximus, the horse in all this? There was a shade in the palette called Max, that light one that I used under my brow. I love Max in the movie. Okay, is this gonna show up really green, or is it gonna be super sheer? Smells kind of sweet. Oh, it does do kind of a shift, but it's looking more gold actually on my lips. There's something about just knowing you're putting a tube of green lip gloss on, but definitely just like a soft goldeny sheen is what actually applies. So that's kind of cool because that could be pretty topping something off. I'm trying to figure out the scent. I'm getting kind of a fruit and cream type of vibe, like, is it key lime? Just the faintest key lime pie scent. This is the one called Rapunzel. It looks like kind of a milky, sheer, smells sweet, smells more berry-ish to me. But yeah, just a really sheer gloss that's kind of catching the light in a little bit of a pinky lilac way. For me, that's going to be a lip topper thing for sure. You're seeing the natural color of my lips, but more shiny, and if you look up close, a little bit of a pinky shift, but the shimmer's really actually quite sheer in that. It's looking for the most part clear. And then this last one is the one named Flynn Rider, and it looks like it might have some more color in it maybe. Like kind of a nude. Oh. Hello, how are you? Look at my hair clip.
Pascal.
Yeah, it's a Rapunzel collection. Hi, hon. How are you? Good?
Pascal, I have a picture of that.
That's really pretty. I love the look of that gloss. You're really seeing some color with it. I'll swatch it for you too. It does have shimmer. Shimmer's very fine. Just kind of a muted, beigey sort of shape, but could work with any intensity of eye look you might turn out from that palette. I had a hunch that might be the one I like best, so I saved that one for last. But all in all, with everything I've tried here, My favorite part of this collection is definitely the palette. I think that, number one, if you're kind of nostalgic for Rapunzel and you love that movie, that's one whole angle on this. But just speaking of the colors in general, they're really fun. I like the purple twists, but I like that they very thoughtfully put in different supporting shades, kind of mid-tone colors, to let you create a look that maybe isn't purple fully, or is just more muted in its purpley tones. Your fallout prone shade is actually going to be this. Even though it doesn't look as potentially flaky as the others, it's deep and it's pigmented, so you got to watch that. And you'll be fine if you just immediately dust away any fallout that falls on your cheek. But these shades, you know, shifting, they can provide some sparkle. As I said, they can be applied with the brush, but I feel like you have a little more control with your finger. But that's a fun palette. That's really fun. Glosses, honestly, just okay for me. There's really one that I would seek out to wear on its own. The others would have to be kind of used in combination with some other lip products. The Pascal clip is super cute. The liquid highlighters I think are pretty, but that's a formula you got to work pretty fast with. And if you've got like a little Rapunzel fan, that little brush is also very cute. So thank you guys so much for your time today. I hope this info was helpful if you're looking into this collection from ColourPop. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again very soon. I love you. Bye.